works. Yeah, so did you have a chance to, like, go through the game, or... Okay.
Kind of similar to like the inverse of Punch-Out, right? I'm anticipating you'll be far and ahead away from me, but we shall see.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still a couple of places that are pretty challenging. That just like kind of random things can happen, you know, like Shadow Man.
Watch now with 2 viewers.
See, I still have like the looks like my perspective is still a little.
Yeah, why isn't yours as awesome as mine?
I don't know. Let's see here.
Interesting. So like mine, if I change the perspective on the screen, it stays the same for you mostly.
Configure video, and it doesn't let me select anything.
Oh. This is fun, being a jerk. Okay. That'll be final answer, by the way, the one that's got now.
Sorry, what's that?
I moved it a little bit just for size purposes, but...
Okay, let me try to get rid of some of this gray. I think that looks okay. Yeah,
I think you're kind of quiet on the stream, I could be wrong.
Okay,
Yeah, you are. Relative to me, you're kind of quiet. But you sound good in my ears, so...
Okay.
Like on Skype, you sound fine. On the stream, you sound a little quiet.
Interesting.
I'm going to distract him and start playing. It's not going to matter.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just get started like this. Someday I'll figure out why my perspective is a little bit squashed.
You got 2 viewers, though. I think one is me, so I don't know. Or
yeah,
the other one.
The other one's me.
So it's us watching you.
Yeah. Alright, well, whatever. Alright, so I made my comics here, which are awesome and funny. Let's talk a little bit about going into Mega Man 3, just overview here first. First of all, I got the box art up. I don't know if you said you're watching my stream, so I don't know if you're... I do want to say, like, after whatever Mega Man 1 was supposed to be, and then Mega Man 2, where he's, like, a guy holding a gun, which makes no sense. Like, Mega Man 3's got pretty cool box art. Like, that's... I mean, he looks pretty weird. His face looks weird, but they're, like, getting there, right? Like, at least... Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you destroyed me at Punch-Out, but...
this. Actually, I've learned a lot. So there is a fantastic channel called The Gaming Historian. You gotta watch it. It's great.
I've seen some of that. Yeah.
Have you seen all of it?
I have not, no. But
well, you should go watch it now, and I'll wait.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
But so he goes over like the Mega Man history and stuff. And so here's what's interesting is it's really odd in that Mega Man is really a pun.
See, we're getting started.
Oh, well, you press start too.
I went to the character select. All right, it's fine.
You're gonna feel when you lose by a millimeter, a la Fast and the Furious, you're gonna feel embarrassed. You'll say, "Oh man." No, I'm gonna get destroyed. I can tell you that ahead of time. But that's alright. It's just fun to play, and then kind of we've noted in all the games, it kind of turns into a help. Like one of us tends to know one of the games better just by virtue of more practice or whatever. So
yeah,
we'll see how that goes. But so Mega Man, what's amusing is the concept that the creator, and I should know the names better, again, go watch Game Historian if you want to make sure you get the names and all that right. Mega Man is called Rockman in Japan, and the kind of premise is really based on rock, paper, scissors, which is the kind of the whole idea, right? Every boss is... Alright, let's see if I can say all this. So basically, in Mega Man, for those that don't know, it should be shocking, you can defeat enemies and you get their powers when you've defeated them. And then typically, the enemies are, one set of enemies are weak to that. So, I'm taking out Top Man right now because it turns out that the next enemy I'm going to take down, who's Shadow Man, is weak to Top Man. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, we'll get into that in just a second.
Right.
And so the reason he's called Rockman in Japan is exactly kind of that. It's based on the concept of rock, paper, scissors, where, rock beats paper, paper beats scissors, or scissors, yeah. See, you can see why you're going to beat this, because I'm like, yeah, like rock, paper, scissors, where... Whoa, I'm awesome. But yeah, rock beats scissors, scissors beats... paper beats rock, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but we'll get into them, right? Because paper should just lose to everybody, but whatever, fine. So in Japan, he's called Rockman. In the United States, they were like, that's too confusing. We're going to call him Mega Man. So that's already confusing enough as is. Yeah.
Which is funny because it was also like this whole rock and roll theme, right? It wasn't just rock, paper, scissors. Because, they had rock and roll, and then later games they have like bass and treble, but that wouldn't have been the original consideration.
We'll say more, it just keeps getting sillier. So this is like a really weird example of Japan. Oh my god. I almost made it through this, that's the best I've played this level.
I would like to point out while I'm still on this level, this is Snake Man's level. Why do you go up into the sky? What does that have to do with...
Okay, let's actually talk... That's another huge part about the history of Mega Man. So, the way Mega Man worked is the original creator that came up with the idea of, the rock, paper, scissors, he basically got overworked on the first game. And the first game...
no, they kicked me off the edge.
Did all right, but not so well such that they were guaranteed a sequel. So they basically said, we'll let you do a sequel, but your budget's lower. And so the trick that he did is he said he crowdsourced the bosses. They made it a contest for fans of the series to come up with bosses for the game. Mm-hmm. And where that gets amusing, though, is it seems pretty obvious in hindsight that they designed the levels before getting the bosses and didn't decide the bosses based on the level criteria, which is hilarious.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Just
so exactly. So and they keep this tradition going. So Mega Man 3, just like Mega Man 2, it goes on, tight budget, tight schedule. And they crowdsource the bosses. So a lot of these bosses don't make sense. So in a second, you just did Snake Man, who is in the clouds with bullets.
And I also want to point out that there are a lot of bricks in this level. the background is just entirely bricks, and I always thought that was kind of crazy.
I will at least give Snake Man, like, the fact that they have those snakes, but those were clearly post-hoc, right? That they were
Yeah. Because there's a whole snake theme, and then you're in the sky. And just a small point about, like, just this being a Nintendo game, I know we've talked about things like crash detection before. Those platforms I was on, like, you probably weren't watching, but I always jump right before they come up, because...
Sorry to cut you off. This is incredible watching you beat Snake Man. This is masterful.
Really?
I tried to do Snake Man first, and I, like, quit, because I was like, no, this is impossible.
I am a little bit proud of this game just because I didn't watch any playthroughs. This is all just me playing it a bunch and learning how to beat it. So I'm probably going to be doing some dumb stuff and, like, non-optimal, but it was satisfying, like, kind of like how back in the day you just learned the game by playing it, right?
How back in the day you got the issue of Nintendo Power, and then you still couldn't beat it. You got a Game Genie, and you still couldn't beat it. And said this is stupid, and got another game.
But like I said, those platforms, like, sometimes just the way they start, they will, like, is the zipping thing you were talking about before? They will, like, zip you right off the edge, even if you're just standing in the middle. So you have to...
Oh, so... by the way, this is the introduction of Proto Man. Now, this gets amusing, too. Same idea. So you noted, Mega Man is originally Rockman. He's originally Rockman because rock, paper, scissors. But then the guy is like, hey, wait, there's a second pun. I gotta respect the game there, right? Like, you got a pun, you don't stop at the pun. You go for another pun. You go for all the puns.
Right.
So, as you noted, there is a theme in the naming of the characters in Japan. So, he's Rock, his sister is Roll. We were just introduced to Mega Man's brother, which, it's always funny when you start talking familial connections in the Mega Man universe because they're robots.
Wow, spoilers. We don't know who he is yet. He's just some robot.
Well, so here's what would be amusing. He would probably be more obvious to the Japanese audience. He is named Blues originally.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And then same idea, same as Mega Man. They went, hey, that's too confusing. So they said, what's less confusing? Proto Man. So we were just introduced to Proto Man. I saw him on my screen. I think I beat you to him. Oh, look at you doing Top Man with snakes.
Yeah, that's why I get Snake Man first, because, like you said, it's a rock, paper, scissors thing, but what's interesting about Mega Man 3 is that there's, like, 2 loops, right? Like, it's not like one guy beats one guy all the way through. Top Man and Snake Man are equivalent to start with, because you can't get to the weapon they're weak against by starting with the other. If that makes sense.
So let me ask you this. You didn't do any walkthroughs, but did you do any readmes, like FAQs or things like that?
No, there's only 2 things I looked up while playing this, and I'll talk about those when I get there. One is those bee things that drop that bundle of bees, because I could not figure out how you're supposed to, like, actually fight those things. And the other is a huge spoiler towards Endgame, so I'll save it. But
oh, come on.
For all the viewers.
I made a mistake there in that I was down a life. I didn't go. There's an extra life in Top Man's phase. I don't know if you got it because you're past it. I didn't get it, and I was down a life, and then I lost a life needlessly, so I'm going to have to go through Shadow Man's level again.
Yeah. Let's see, Top Man.
All right, but you were saying, okay, so let's go to the. So you do Snake Man first because it just makes life easier. Snake Man and Top Man are both good starts because they're not really weak to anything.
Yeah, but they're both.
Top Man's just easier to beat than Snake Man.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely the easiest, and so that's who I was starting with. And then one day I was like, let me do Snake Man first because I thought it might help with the stairs and things like that. And also, Snake Man's weapon makes Shadow Man's level tiny bit easier. It's not really necessary, but Shadow Man, I think, is by far the hardest boss. His level and the fight.
No. Shadow Man's so easy with Top Man.
But unless it messes up. Like, if you're inside, you can lose all of your ammo in one hit with Top Man.
Really? I've never done.
Yeah.
Now I'm really nervous I'm going to mess up Shadow Man, because, like, that was one thing I had going for me.
Yeah, because if you're, like, end up like below him and you jump up and you like start falling with him while you're doing the weapon, it'll just use all of your ammo. And then I have yet to be able to beat him with just the Buster. Like I tried, and I can't do it without like.
Yeah, it seems like it'd be impossible. He's so good. All right, so yeah. By the way, it happened on my stream already, but for that Proto Man, the funny thing is, easiest answer to Proto Man is, and you're doing it right with the slide, but Proto Man does not jump. Like, as long as you stay on the ground, he's never going to hit you, barring running into you. I just let him hit me. Like, I let him run into me.
Oh, really?
Well, I just stay in a corner and just spam.
So this is where I use Snake Man, not because you need to find it where you're going, it just helps clear out the grenade guys. And this whole blacking out thing is really cool, but it can also kind of glitch, and I've seen it where it's supposed to come back into view, and it just doesn't. Also, I wanted to point out, like, an interesting thing about Mega Man is you can only have a certain number of bullets on screen at a time. With this Buster, it's 3, and then you can't shoot until one of those bullets hits something or goes off screen, and that creates kind of an interesting rhythm to the game, just the way you have to play.
That intentional, or are you just with the rock theme?
I wasn't thinking about that.
We can keep it up, we can do like cadence, rhythm,
yeah,
percussion,
Let's get this.
and a rock out.
Also, this is one of my least favorite parts of all the stages, because there's no like fast way through here. You just have to like make these guys spawn first. If you do Needle Man first and get the Rush Jet, you can just kind of go through. But
so there's 2 ways. Oh, this gets interesting. So 2 easy ways would be, 1, you moded, you can get Needle Man and get the Rush Jet. The other is you can go to Shadow Man and get you can get the Rush Jet on Shadow Man via a glitch, but
on Shadow Man or Gemini Man?
Gemini Man, sorry, you're right. Alright, I was ahead of you, but now I'm behind. So. What's kind of interesting about Top Man and Shadow Man is just the lack of, like, E-tanks that are...
Yeah. Yeah, at least if you attempt, like, Needle Man first, as he does have an E-tank on his stage. But Shadow Man, you just...
Oh, no!
Have to hope you don't mess up.
Oh, no! See, I was like, this guy's easy, and then you're like, well, what if you lose all your energy? And I did.
Oh, really? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all you. I had him too, anyway. Yeah, well.
But so, like, this rhythm with, like, the weapons, it plays into other weapons, too, because you can have 3 Buster shots on screen at a time. Some of them you can only have, like, 1, like Gemini's. And while you have a bullet on screen, you can't even pause the game. So you're in some of these fights, and you're about to die, you might just be out of luck. Like,
oh, interesting. I didn't realize I just did what you were saying. The you're not able to pause if a bullet's on screen. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, and it's super annoying, and it's killed me many times.
Well, I did know, like, because I've actually, the funny thing is, you're like, you didn't do any walkthroughs, but played the game, whereas I watched some walkthroughs, but didn't play the game, which, yours is clearly the superior strategy, because you have to know how to beat. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't matter if you know the strategies if you can't execute them.
Yeah.
But they were pointing that out about Gemini Man's weapon. So Gemini Man shoots a laser beam, which is really cool, and it bounces off the walls. But
yeah,
that's
it is
actually
cool.
That's dangerous for what you're saying, because they mentioned the same thing. They said Gemini weapon's really powerful, but if you use Gemini weapon because it bounces around so much, you have to wait until it dissipates.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes that just gets you killed in a boss fight.
Yep.
This was always the weirdest level, too. Like, I don't know what's going on with Gemini.
Okay, but yeah, like I said, let's talk that. The villains were outsourced by fans in Mega Man 2 and 3, but then where it just gets bizarre is the utter lack of overlap. So, I mean, as an example, in Mega Man 1, where the villains were designed by one designer, there's an Iceman level, right? Ice is important. In Mega Man 2, there is a level that is clearly supposed to be ice. But it's Flashman, and they just, like, reskin it. They're like, oh, yeah, it's a futuristic Flash weapon. And you're like, no, that is ice. That is clearly supposed to be ice. So, and the same thing here, like, yeah, Needle Man doesn't make any sense, Gemini Man, I don't even know. Like, that's what's really fun, because it's like you gotta give a little bit of credit to be like, okay, well, we outsourced the game design, the character design. We did our own level design first. Yeah, let's just, they could ask, right? They could say, hey, we're looking for a boss around a, certain theme or whatever, but they're like, nah, we'll just take the best one.
And
I'm gonna be mean. This game has some like, God bless the fans and them giving a chance to the fans, I guess. But like, Needle Man, Hard Man, these bosses, they're terrible. Sorry.
I know, right?
This is like the worst set of bosses of any Mega Man game, I think.
Strong words.
I
words.
said it.
Oh.
I'm not alone. This is like the only phase that's useful is the Rush Marine,
which is hilarious because then you're like jumping around in this marine thing. So yeah, they put that in there because they thought it'd be cool, and it is cool. But then they really like had put an effort to look for a place for it to be used.
Well, if you look up again, we'll not stop promoting the gaming historian. They do point out that this game was kind of on a rush. Yeah, there we go. Didn't mean to do that, but I'll say I did it. It was on a rush schedule. And they've argued it was like a very good beta, the designers. They're like, we wanted to do more. We couldn't.
Right.
Sorry, I just have very little life. Oh my god, watch this. Just have to hit the door.
Oh.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing.
Yeah, I was able to beat Gemini Man with 1 health left, which is good because I wasted a life by falling in Snake Man's earlier, so I was able to save one there.
Well, let's see what time is it, because I'm going to go. Yeah, you're doing... let's see, how many you threw? 3 or 4?
4.
All right, well, you're actually like well on pace. We're going to aim for about an hour, and we want to get through the original 8. Well,
yeah,
I'm really curious to see how far you can go.
I can probably almost beat the game in an hour.
We should probably just have you beat it, and I never have to touch. Like, I'm glad I managed to sneak. Like, Mega Man 2 was a game where I think just by lieu of our schedules, I think you were traveling and stuff, so I actually got to practice. And it was one that I put, like, as a kid, I know for a fact as a kid I made it all the way to the final Wily. Mm-hmm. And it was... We do not have beer, and that's on Lannon because he said he was going to bring the beer. Welcome, Zortex.
Oh, hey. Yeah, I do not have beer, sorry.
Yeah, that's why you're playing so well. You told me you were going to be drinking beers. I'm over here hammered playing Mega Man.
I got my Mega Man hat in again, so we're...
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You don't do like the Midwest or whatever, just call any alcoholic beverage beer?
No.
Gotta be specific.
Is that what they do?
I don't know, you're just like, you got the beer? You're like, I got the beer. I'm drinking a rum and coke beer.
Also, I practice Needleman stage a lot, so I made that look easy, but that's actually super hard.
Did you do it without Rush Jet?
The needles? Where would you use Rush Jet there?
I'm not watching.
Oh. I don't have
Rush
Rush
Jet yet. That's the secret there, is like, Rush Jet is your...
And then these guys are fun because you can actually stay on the ladder low enough that they can't hit you, but you can still hit them. Also, something else I wanted to talk about, like, just kind of for an introduction to the game, like, whether this is, like, a lot of people, like, say Mega Man 3 is the best, obviously
no
2
one's
is better.
Who says that? Are you making up people?
No, we know somebody.
You know a girl in Canada.
No, we know somebody, anyway. But Mega Man 3 is...
Do I know this person too? Am I going to have to unfriend them on Facebook or whatever?
You do know this person too.
And they think Mega Man 3 is the best?
Yeah. See, now I missed some stuff to just hope it hits him, and it did. I was lucky. But El Mariachi, I'm winning. I just beat Needle Man with Gemini Man, which completes the Snake Man circle of people. Because as I was saying before you guys got here, there's actually 2 loops of like the rock, paper, scissors strengths. Snake Man, Gemini Man, Needle Man, and then all the others are on their own loop.
Explain what you mean by own loop.
So, Top Man is... Basically, the order can go Snake Man, Gemini Man, Needle Man. And then none of those weapons are strong against any of the other Robot Masters. And then the other loop is... I'm actually going to let one of these guys shoot because I think they're cool. So you guys can see how cool they are if you select the guys. Isn't that cool? Aren't they neat? Anyway.
Is your head that big in real life? Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna beat Shadow Man. So what did I do wrong in the jumping? Like, because I had nothing.
You really got to aim to like just hit him from the side, like jump at him, and like don't be under him is kind of the main thing. And then just like tap the thing just as soon as you hit him, and then you'll take damage and you'll fall back. That's one thing about Mega Man 3 is there's like you have to take damage on some of these bosses. Like I don't know if there's ways around it, which is insane to me. But
I almost beat him with the cannon, man. Look at that. Yes, Sparkman, more like Dorkman. Agreed. Well, we were talking, I think we were doing this before. It looks like some of your crew got in, Landon, but we were kind of talking before, and I think it's bizarre how bad the bosses are, and I'm really curious, like, did they just not get a good crop? Because we were noting that Mega Man 2 and 3 are both crowdsourced, and they don't match up. Like, Needle Man's level is a stretch.
Yeah.
So by the way, like when I was practicing Top Man, those stupid cats kept killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining that's one of the reasons you did like Snake.
The cats is most of the reason why.
Top Man's level destroyed me, and I was able to get through I never had an issue with Shadow Man's level. No. And then now, like, Shadow Man is like, I cannot beat Shadow Man. This is giving me flash. Like, I'm just gonna let you beat this tonight. Like, we'll stay here till 1 in the morning if we have to. I don't want to play this game anymore.
Fair enough. But no, like, Shadow Man, like, he is like this game. That's why I played this game so much, honestly, is because my first time trying to get through it, there's so much BS in it. It just, like, made me mad. And I was like, I want to get good at this game. Like, so I did my save points, I did the practicing, and that's why I'm able to kind of like just kind of go through it. But
we got to make a True Hollywood story or like A&E biography movie on this training to beat Mega Man.
Because yeah, it was never like my favorite Mega Man, but it's definitely the one I've beaten the most now. Like,
I don't want to mock you, but that is just like such a funny thing. You're like, it wasn't my favorite game. In fact, it annoyed me.
So I wanted to make sure to get good at it.
You're like, I refuse to let this bad game. Although I've talked this, and interesting. So by the way, I'll shout this out. A podcast titled "Shut Up, Nerd" will be released this week. I am the co-host of it. Because you can be a co-host of a podcast if you pay for it. And the topic is Zelda 2, because as I noted, as I've made this joke I think 20 times now on this stream, you haven't heard enough about Zelda 2 from me.
Not at all.
Although I'll give a spoiler. I've given a spoiler on this stream before, but with less of an audience. My door theory is both finally publicly aired and I would argue laid to rest in Zelda 2. So if you haven't heard that, you can hear the definitive ask and answer on if a fairy is if a door is a spell in Zelda 2.
And since I just a random thing I noticed when playing through this, look at the logo on these magnets here. It's like R. Is this supposed to be like Rockman's?
I think it's it's supposed to be like an electromagnet, right? Or
what's the logo? The R, like it's.
Oh, it's Team Rocket from Pokemon.
Oh yes, yes, of course.
It's a crossover.
All right. makes sense.
I mean, everybody knows that. I mean,
Also,
remember,
like I was
Team Rocket came from Mega Man. It was a spin-off.
like I was saying before, like Mega Man 3.
You're not even going to entertain this.
No, we're talking Mega Man. Even though like it's maybe not the favorite, it is the game that kind of Mega Man has like evolved into like kind of what we think of Mega Man, where like all the icons are the same. It's got Rush. It's got like most of his moves. Like we can do the slide now, which we couldn't in previous games.
That you are literally dancing on a screen instead of keeping up your.
Also, like all these parts I'm flying past. I just want to make it known that I paid my dues getting good at this part, and now I'm just gonna fly past it.
So you've done this.
Oh yeah. Also,
I don't know if you're if we ever do Zelda 2, that is actually a fairly long game. Like that would be multi-night, even if you don't do cheats. If you can hack through Zelda 2, but you have to like do Glitch Town, and where's the fun in that? So I don't know if this would ring home with you, but the co-host on Shut Up Nerd, he didn't know the route through Death Mountain, and he's beaten the game multiple times, which was wild to me. Because that's that little cavernous section in Zelda 2 where you have to go through, and there is a algorithm that's down and to the right, but to get through that section without knowing how to get through it is just wild to me. Very much like trying to beat parts of this game without Rush Jet.
Yeah,
I think as soon as I would learn about Rush Jet, if I didn't like follow somebody else's walkthrough, I would just be like, I'm never doing that part again.
Yeah, like the part you're on now. When I was a kid, I remember Gemini Man's level seeming like the hardest. Like he seemed like the hardest boss ever.
Do you want to know a secret about this part that I'm right here with Proto Man?
Okay.
This is a classic old school Nintendo thing. It just needs time to load. So the reason he just shows up, and again, this is like pre-cutscene, so like in a cutscene era, it would make sense. He would probably say something like, "Hey, Mega Man, we meet again," or whatever. But he just shows up, his music plays, and he disappears. Mm-hmm. The reason for that is loading. The game is stalling you so it can load.
Is that true?
Yes.
Are we sure that's true?
Pretty sure. I mean, why would the gaming historian lie to me?
Because like cartridges have never had load times.
Oh.
Like you can like just power on the system and you're good to go, right? I don't know. Like I believe you. That's interesting though, and I'd like to know why. And that also that does. And I kind of wish I thought about this when I was on the stage. So on Sparkman's level, where like the trash is falling on you.
If you want to talk about Sparkman's level, just wait an hour and I'll be there.
Like it's all slow down. So most of the slowdown in this game and Mega Man 2 is not due to hardware limitations. It's just bad programming. And that could be like
you're selling out your fellow programmers.
Hey, because there's another YouTube channel that's really awesome, Behind the Code, where they talk about, and I think that's one you sent me for, for like the Zelda thing, right? Anyway, so they've got some stuff on Mega Man, and like a lot of it is just how they're handling memory, and like going to the different memory banks on the chip, and so it's like swapping back and forth all the time, which is why you get all this crazy slowdown sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, well, by the way, the one you're talking about, where he's interesting. I got it wrong. I was going to say I thought Behind the Code was the one where they talk kind of the thing, but you're wrong. I was wrong. It's the Game of Destroy. But yeah, I mean, this one I know for a fact. That's when you were talking about like the number of things that are allowed to be on the screen. It's the same thing too. People who are really good at speedrunning this game intentionally. I really need to get a better... I'm debating if I want to invest in a wired controller for this thing, because it's killed me in a few of these, but I'm far enough behind. But yeah, the really good speedrunners, they will intentionally shoot ahead of time, if that makes any sense, to kill enemies just for the game to go faster. Neither you or I have done it, and I actually don't know how to do it, but on the level on Gemini Man's level. I'll see if I can do it. There's a hack where you can get Proto Man's music to play, but he doesn't appear, and it actually keeps Proto Man's music going, which is beneficial to like the speed of stuff. As weird as that sounds.
Keeping his music going?
What?
Keeping his music going, like.
So when you see Proto Man, it goes do 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 do, right, and then you fight him or disappears, whatever. On this level, like I said, the question is that true really on if Proto Man is for loading purposes. On that section, you can do a glitch so that he doesn't show up, it just explodes, and then his music keeps playing throughout the remainder of the next scene.
Oh, really?
And that's useful because it takes up less memory.
Oh, interesting.
Although you're probably going to be like, really? I don't know if I believe that.
That I believe. I did notice if you, like, on Shadow Man stage where you fight Proto Man, if you pause it as soon as you're dropping in, his music will start playing, and then you can, like, hear the whole song because his music will keep playing instead of just a short version.
So it's like the worst. You're doing the worst. You're like
it slows you way down. Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually to the boss level. So
yeah. So
what are we doing?
So I can keep going if you want.
What order do you go through for the? Oh, this is actually cool. Do you want to talk about this ahead of time? How the bosses are kind of a funny, interesting throwback without actually being good.
Yeah, I'll get there in like 2 minutes when we get to the first one because that is actually really cool. I think.
So you don't want to spoil.
I don't want to spoil it
2 minutes in the past
for our one viewer. Yeah.
For people
for
watching this,
but
which you can do. Like you keep these up on your.
I know. I don't know if spoiling Mega Man is a thing, but.
But if you're watching Landon's stream in the future, go 2 minutes ahead in the stream. Spoiler we're avoiding.
Because this is not going to be fun. Yeah. So. And again, like, this was really cool back in the day when you, like, rent this game and you finally beat all the robots and then, like, this shows up and you're like, what is happening? And, yeah, these are, like, the next stages. I don't know what they're called. And it doesn't matter what order you go in because you don't get any new power-ups or anything. I start with Needle Man and work my way around because...
Oh, it doesn't matter? You get no benefit, it's just...
Yeah, it's just whichever ones you feel like doing. I saved Sparkman for last because he has the hardest boss in all of video games. In the history of all video games. The hardest boss.
He has the hardest what?
Yeah. Boss.
Why?
Because it's total garbage, and that's the only other thing I looked up after I tried it enough. I was like, alright, how are people online beating this? Turns out they're using, like, tool-assisted, things like that. Like, they're doing pixel-perfect turn jumps and, like, otherwise you just take a whole bunch of damage, and that's just kind of the way it is. But anyway, yeah, no, it's cool. Like, you beat the boss, and then, like, this new stuff shows up, and you don't know where you're getting into. And this is, like, a revisiting of the previous stages, which is really just using the same tile sets. Some of the rooms look kind of the same.
It's the Halo trick back on that. Same idea. So we were kind of mentioning this, that Mega Man 3, kind of over, they didn't give it a lot of budget and a lot of runway, so that's why, yeah, they have just, random, fan-made graphics and all that. And yeah, so then the boss levels, it's like, how do I get through this? Okay, there we go.
So...
but yeah, so yeah, they basically just make you go through the same boss levels you've already gone through again.
Right, but they are, like, different. Like, they did change the level. So here's the first boss room. It's only like a minute from the beginning, so it's closer, and so you're like, wow, what's going on? I'm at the boss already. So you walk in here, and you're like, oh my god, it's Airman from Mega Man 2, which is just awesome. And then you get this. And this guy's also total BS because I don't know how to beat him without taking damage. And that's how all of these bosses are, which is why, is Mega Man 3 a good game? I don't know.
It's a fine game, it's just if anybody that we know thinks it's the best.
There's so many places where you can get just like stuck forever though. This is the place where I got stuck a lot because if you mess this up and you die and you don't have enough rust yet, you just have to start the level over.
So
like,
interesting.
There's a bunch of places like that.
Do you know the hack on rust jet?
Yes, I was going to mention that, where if you jump, it only uses fuel or energy while you're standing on it, not while it's in the air. So that's why I'm jumping. And another thing about that, you'll notice I'm jumping like, hey, why am I not just jumping way at the top of the screen? It's because this is a Nintendo game and my collision box will wrap to the bottom of the screen and I'll take damage from the people down there, which is obnoxious.
Although also one interesting part that you're not taking advantage of there is that you can actually collect if you like hit things there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You can actually collect.
That's right. Like I just grabbed that from the other side of the screen. I forgot about that. Yeah.
A way to forget things.
I know. It's not usually necessary. Like I mean, it's.
What?
And I don't know what these guys are also annoying because I got used to them, but when they drop their little broom or whatever they come walking in on, it teleports like a tile ahead and just like smacks you in the face. So you have to you just have to know to stand back. This guy's cool, and I forgot to point it out, but you can actually see this guy's helmet in one of the previous stages, like where they're still building him. Probably the stage now that I think about it. Oh no.
This level's stupid. This is the worst. You had better beat this. If you don't beat this, I'm gonna be so angry.
Wow.
Be just like Mike Tyson. Just be like, nope. Moving on.
Yeah.
I'm still working on beating Mike Tyson, but I'll get there.
Nice.
Getting close. There's like a BS. Holy cow, this guy is mean.
So I was talking about like the rhythm of the shooting before, because you can only have 3 bullets. That plays into when fighting these guys because they don't take any damage here, so you have to get close enough for them to open, but you still have to be able to dodge and shoot enough of your bullets to kill them.
I'm kind of going to get annoyed because I'm not even going to get through like my practice play. You were like, have you made it all the way through the game? I was like, nah, but I've gotten through a couple, so we'll go from there. I'm not even going to get through like my practice run. This is like training for a marathon, being like, I've only run 20 miles, but I think on the day of I'll be able to, do the last, 26 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like day of you run 5. I'm gonna cramp. It's embarrassing.
I hear you. That's one of my frustrations with this game is like sometimes you just have bad runs, and like I don't know what it is. Like I tried it again this weekend, and Shadow Man stage on the revisited one, the one I'm about to go to, like just wasn't working for some reason, and there's some BS parts on that too. Should have pointed out like we beat the boss, but the level kept going. Like, whoa, what's going on? So you get to the next boss, you're like, oh my god, it's
right?
Crash Man from Mega Man 2.
Well, you'll notice. Okay, so this is where it gets amusing, right? So you get past the initial 8, and then it does this, from the original, but you'll notice there are only 4 stages, so that's why.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is hackery. It's going, they didn't want to make you replay the full game, they only made you play half of it.
Right.
Now, the enemies from the previous game is definitely, to your point, is definitely awesome. And I can't remember, do they keep that theme? I am curious, so like Mega Man 4, because we do 2 weeks between every episode. So I think Mega Man 4 I'll give some practice to. Mega Man 4 gets the charge one, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and then that's kind of like all his NES abilities at that point, like the sliding and then the. Oh, and I never forget to like charge this guy because you can save 2 seconds by going faster. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember if they do that in any of the other games. It's been a while since I played them. So this part is total BS, and sometimes I don't know if it's just the RNG or what, but it just doesn't work out because these collision boxes on these platforms make no sense at all. Like, you have to be in the middle because even though they open up from the middle, the collision box disappears from the edge.
Isn't this Mega Man 1? Basically the little box, those ones, right? Are a callback to Mega Man 1, right?
I think you're right. Yeah, because I think we've seen them before. And sometimes you just can't jump far enough, and you just kind of go through the platform.
Just admit you're bad at jumping. Why aren't you using Rush Jet?
I don't know. I think because I practice it so much, I just need to... Oh, and then sometimes you hit nothing, but it thinks it's...
You're
thinks
taking
it's a
pity
spike.
on me because I'm behind. Don't just beat the game.
Alright.
I was gonna say, which one do you want to do next? You want to keep on the Mega Man theme or do another series?
I wouldn't mind sticking with the Mega Man games, especially if we're just dedicating like one day to them. It's not that bad.
Is Mega Man 4 beatable in a day? Do you reckon?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I played any of the others, and like I know I couldn't beat any of them back in the day, so I can't even give you like an idea. But
That would be nice. I may have to just practice this one just because I was kind of mentioning to you, I would like to like beat a bunch of the Nintendo games, especially ones I didn't beat as a kid, and I know I didn't beat. I didn't beat Mega Man 2 is one of my favorite games. I know I didn't beat that. Finally beat that for this. We both beat Mega Man 1. You actually on a live stream, I think, me after the fact. So it's like, yeah, it'd be nice to just beat it to have it in the canon.
sure.
And there are 6 total Mega Man games on the Nintendo.
Right. This guy is also total garbage because I don't know how to fight him without taking damage. Like, oh yeah, it's Woodman from Mega Man 2. Oh my god.
Well, I was gonna say Woodman from Mega Man 2 is hittable with that like really skilled players do it, but I mean my strategy for him was always just to charge the Heat Man
Right.
gun, take one hit, and then fall into a pit of despair and hate this game and call it stupid. That's the strategy. And also the good news is you're getting far enough in the game where you're starting to get just lots of E-tank, and that was a difference. So in Mega Man 1 and 2 you're maxed at 3. I believe in this one you are maxed at 9.
Yeah.
Or
9,
even
9 I
max.
think. Yeah, and yeah, you get plenty of them. So that's why, as long as I don't use any on the original bosses, or like maybe one, then I'm fine, because this is really where you need them, especially these first mid-stage bosses, because if you die, you don't get to start out right next to the boss like you do the end boss. You have to go back to the start of the level, and that just takes forever. Once you're on the
Classic Nintendo BS, right?
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Well,
once
also, I did notice that from this game with, like, as I mentioned, I hated the cats. I hate this one. With the cats is that the save points are pretty unforgiving in this game.
yeah, they are.
So I could see your point. It's like for most Mega Man games, you make it to a boss fight and you get a checkpoint at the boss fight.
It's Heat Man
Set
from
down.
Mega Man 2.
Man's awesome.
Again, I
Heat-Man
don't know how to
and
dodge
Mega
any of
Man
this.
2.
Like, I just...
What's funny? Okay, so here's what's funny. We've talked about this a bunch, but I'm not gonna let sleeping dogs lie. Mega Man 2, you've got Heat Man, and Heat Man's level is like a sewer, clearly. So then Mega Man 3 has a level that is completely Heat Man,
Yeah.
and it's Shadow Man, like it's a volcano.
Right.
So it's kind of it's I think it is really interesting to kind of hear the oral history of a lot of this stuff. Especially with, like what they were afraid the North American market would go for and stuff. Because it's like, yeah, you could have just done Mega Man and had like repeated some of the bosses, right? There wouldn't have been an issue with that. So it's like you could have just had Heat Man show up early, but they're like, nope, doesn't make sense. You got to have Shadow Man.
Right.
And Shadow, I don't even like. So Shadow Man is a shadow in a lava stage that throws ninja stars, and the only way they really make Shadow happen is by and turning out the lights on a few of the parts. But like even that's like out of nowhere because it's got like bombs and lava, so it's kind of doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense, and I still don't know what's going on with Gemini Man's level. And I've got no problem using Rush Jet through here because they just threw as many enemies on this first part as possible. It's just so tedious to get through.
Here is the one part about Gemini Man. So that's what it's interesting is basically you could really just go. The boss has nothing to do with the theme of the level. It should be a completely acceptable thing to say, but they don't. They try and come together. So Gemini Man as a name makes sense. You know, star with the laser, and then there are two of like he makes a clone. So Gemini 2,
sure,
ish. But then like the levels, this is like a fish level.
Yeah, I know. It's got these like tadpoles and everything. You're like, what?
Say, there's like. And then I think in Mega Man 2 or 4 there is a frog boss. So it's like, why didn't you do a frog boss?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really bizarre.
Did you have you ever seen the movie Mystery Men?
Yeah, long time ago.
Well, there's like a character in there named like the Blue Raja. And they're like asking about his name, and he like wears a turban. And they're like, okay, well, why are you called the Blue Raja? And he's like, because, you know, like an Indian background name, like from India. And they're like, yeah, but like, you don't have any blue on your costume. And he's but it's intentionally played as a joke. But Mega Man feels like that, where you're like, so he's Needle Man. They're like, so what are the needles? Like, that's not really. It's like kind of a needle.
So I also just want to point out, like I was saying, there's places you get stuck. If you happen to use up all your rush stuff for whatever reason on this level, and you walk out this door, you're just stuck forever. Like, you can't get out without rush.
So no rush cannon, no rush. Let's see. So you got the rush. What is RC short for? Rush.
I think rush coil.
Rush coil. Okay, that makes sense. There's rush coil, rush marine, rush jet.
Yeah. And it is cool that you start out with rush coil. Just because, why not, right? This game, for having like some really unfair stuff in it, like it's got a few lenient things too. Like one is the E-tanks. You do start out with rush.
Oh my god, did you see? So I tried to use an E-tank, and then I used my E-tank, and then rush marine went away, and then I died.
Oh, that sucks.
This game is the worst.
These areas are kind of strange on this level. Like, for some reason, these little spider robots always kind of see as being like friendly. Like, I feel like they want me to succeed. But all these ladders.
What are you talking about?
These guys are my friends. I'm pretty sure.
What did you just say?
But these ladders, if you try sliding around, you'll get stuck on those ladders.
Are you sure you're not having me here?
Alright, what's behind this door? We're underwater. Oh my god, it's Bubble Man from Mega Man 2.
Oh no.
So these robots, do you know about these skull robot guys?
Like, what do you mean?
So they're called like dock robots. And that's like a poor translation from, because in Japanese that was short for like, I don't even want to guess what it is because it just sounds stupid. But like the word for like skull sounds kind of like dock, and so they were like skull robots, which makes sense because they have skulls on them. But over here they're just called dock robots, as if they're doctors.
But so that does that have anything to do with Dr. Wily or Dr. This game has the fake out, right? So do you know the plot of this game?
So that's what's crazy about this game is I don't. And
what?
Well, see, and that's what's so funny about it, because when you beat the game, or like actually in a few minutes, like hopefully a few minutes, I'll be able to get through this, and like the game just takes a really wild turn, and you're like, what is happening? Yeah, very exciting stuff.
Okay, so what happened? Let me see how much of this you can infer or knew or consider. That makes sense. Okay, so the plot of this game is Dr. Wily is like, my bad, I was wrong. As you do. And he wants to help Dr. Light build a giant robot that can defend Earth. Because for what it's worth, at least canon, Mega Man was not... We've kind of talked the plot, and if it makes sense, and it kind of half does. So...
Speaking of Doctor... Oh my god, it's Dr. Metal Man himself from Mega Man 2.
Dr. Metal Man?
Doesn't he look like a doctor? He's got like that... like light on his head. I mean, I know it's supposed to be like a razor, but... He's...
I like how Zortank says I can't tell who's winning, even though, like, if this was a basketball game, the score would be like 100-10. But, as we've noted, the reason it's wild is because they kind of ran out of time in development of this game. They just reused the levels, so we're both going through, like, the same levels. And I could see it. You'd be like, so Dre's advancing. No, I just keep dying on Gemini Man. And I'm not learning. That's the fun part. Like, I'm a big chess fan, and something that happens in chess is if you play the same opponent over and over, if they have the same opening repertoire, it's actually very nice. And I've seen this happen two ways, which is you find someone that wants to play chess and you school them. You just destroy them. It's the best. And they keep playing you, and suddenly you stop winning. And you're like, oh, I'm not playing well. I was playing bad, but I didn't realize I was playing bad, and then they found out that I was playing bad and broke me. And I've had that happen where I'm playing someone and they play the same opening, and right after the game's done, I just like look at it for 2 seconds before playing them again. I'm like, oh, okay, here's how you play that opening. And I go from barely beating them to crushing them. So that's how to learn, right, is repetition. And I've played this level like 8 times now. I ain't learning. It's bad.
And so now I'm about to get to the hardest boss in all of video games. And I say that because, and so my strategy with him is really stupid. And something I wanted to kind of mention about this game is you take less damage from projectiles than you do the enemy itself. So if you get shot by one of the robot bosses, you'll take some damage. If they step on you, you take like twice as much damage. So my strategy for like this guy is to get hit by his boomerangs. So I've got those like invincible frames, so he doesn't land on me, and I just take all the damage in the world.
I mean, what's funny about that as a Nintendo strategy is, at least for speedrunning or beating that is not an atypical strategy. Taking advantage of different damages or different cooldown rates for damage for like professional speedrunners and stuff is very common. So pretty much what I'm saying is you are basically professional speedrunner.
Basically, but like I cannot beat this guy. Like I cannot dodge him. And I'm gonna use at least one E-Tank, and I might as well like use it even though I'm not going with full health. Oh my god, it's Quick Man from Mega Man 2. Who is like the coolest boss there is.
Quick Man?
He's so awesome.
He is so lame.
What? Look at him. Look how cool he is. Oh, see, now I missed. Now I'm screwed because I cannot pause or heal until that thing goes away.
Yeah. You're losing to Captain Boomerang. Dude.
Boomerangs are cool though.
I don't even know how to respond to this, dude.
How are boomerangs not cool?
I mean, they're cool-ish. I gave you a boomerang as a gift, didn't I, at one point?
You did. Oh no! Oh my god. See, this guy's just impossible.
That's embarrassing.
And then if you mess up, you run out of ammo and you just have to start over. Because that's Mega Man 3.
That would be... Do any of the... In 4 through 6, you know, like, obviously you've got the E-Tanks in, which, like, since the beginning, which is useful. But obviously what would be really useful is something that would refill, you know, like, if you could store an E-Tank that would refill your ammo.
Right, yeah, I don't know if they had that in later games or not. Anyway, so, like, beat all those stages, and now we've got Breakman, which for some reason he is called here. And of course we've seen
Wait, I thought that's Proto Man.
It is.
Or
also Breakman, I guess.
I didn't... So, this is Blues, is his original name.
So he's got, like, a lot of names.
Who is renamed to Proto Man. Who is Breakman? Yep, but as we notice, I can at least comment on this part. You will notice that Landon is not. You just don't jump because he never shoots straight.
I don't mean to interrupt, but this is insane. It's like, oh no, right after we receive the last element, Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, what are you talking about? What is gamma? What's happening? Like, this is news to me. I haven't heard of any of this.
Okay, actually, so I should explain the story.
no, we got Dr. Wily.
Dr. Wily agrees to help you make a giant robot that's gonna defend the Earth. You have to mine a bunch of elements for them on other planets. So the other robots, Hardman, Needleman, etc. These are robots that were sent to those planets to mine.
We're on other planets?
There is another doctor Yes. There is another doctor that does a Dr. Wily, and we're like, oh no, that doctor went wild. The robots have gone corrupt. Mega Man has to save him. Or actually, no, I don't think that. I think that doctor shows up in 4.
I think he shows up in 4 too.
So this one basically is, we are under the impression that Dr. Wily is on your side, that we are making a big helpful robot, and that the robots have gone haywire, and we have to go and fix them. But when we get back, Dr. Wily is like, nah, just kidding. I was evil all along. And, like, especially with no instruction manual, it's going, how is this a surprise? Like,
yeah, it makes no sense.
You're like, the evil guy from the last game who was evil is still evil. You're like, yeah, it's kind of shy. It's like,
everybody was surprised.
It's the ones you always suspect.
Yeah, it's just so bizarre. Like, like you're just going through, you're beating these bosses. Like, oh no, he stole Gamma. Like, what?
Gamma is the giant robot you fight against.
Oh really?
So
then what are the elements he's talking about?
The elements are what's required to build Gamma. And the other robots that you are defeating are robots that Dr. Wily and Dr. Light created to mine those elements to make Gamma. This is wild to, like, explain. I am so mad you're so much better at this game than me. But this is like classic Nintendo, too.
This is very, very Nintendo, right? Where, like, especially you just rent a game, you play it for a while. Like, you don't know what's going on without the instructions, because there's no story in the game most of the time.
Well, again, to keep hyping the podcast that I'm going to be on, and it comes out on September 15th. Like, I explained the storyline, and it's like, yeah, it was one I didn't... When I was a kid, I don't think I knew. And in fact, for Zelda 2, the marketers didn't know, because they're like, you've got to rescue Zelda. And it's like, actually, at no point in this game do you have to rescue or find. Like, you don't have to find Zelda. You know where all Zeldas are accounted for. But, you know...
all Zeldas are accounted for.
Thank you. I'm glad that's a good line. But I like that you're like, oh, Gamma's the robot.
Yeah, no idea.
It's like that Simpsons episode where he's explaining at the end of his scary story, and they're like, wait a minute, why does that matter? It's like, remember he was always bowling. They're like, what?
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah, I was trouble with that guy.
Okay, so I actually want, to my point, I actually want you to win. Oh, I should just kill those instead of letting them kill me.
Yes, you should kill them instead.
Well, this strategy changes. This level just got up on you. Stupidest contest ever. Like, at least I know the story of the game.
Yeah, at least you can tell us what's going on. I'm just going around shooting
You're
stuff.
sitting over here, don't even know who Gamma is, don't even know what the elements are for.
Or what an element even is.
In the next game, you're going to be like, wait a minute, who's this other doctor?
Yeah, what's happening?
Although, by the way, do you want a spoiler for Mega Man 4?
Sure.
Dr. Wily's still the villain.
Shocking.
Mm-hmm.
No, I can't get that. Yeah, like, back in the day, like, I did get far enough to get to Dr. Wily, I think, in all the games, but for some reason I was never able to beat him.
Yeah, that happened with me. So yeah, as I mentioned, Mega Man 1, I think what happened is I think I got Mega Man 2 before Mega Man 1. And then I think my mom bought me Mega Man 1 on the computer, and it was just such a downgrade from Mega. Oh, your favorite.
Oh no, it's the Yellow Demon from Mega Man 1.
Arguably the hardest boss.
Yeah, definitely. Because he's got some extra tricks. I can usually
Why didn't I?
not beat him without an E-Tank.
Why didn't I use an E-Tank? I had an E-Tank that I could have used, and I didn't. I am so bad at this game.
Yeah. Then he does this, which is actually a pretty cool effect for a Nintendo game. But he is kind of tedious to fight. But at least he does do the same pattern every time.
Yeah, this is the one that you said you beat in your brain. Like, you figured out how to... in Mega Man 1, we, like, played it once, both did bad.
Yeah, I watched the playthrough on Mega Man 1, which was pretty helpful.
But it's still wild that you were able to, like, learn how to beat a boss. Just doing that. Okay, how far are you?
Pretty close.
Alright.
Yeah,
actually, you're doing quite good. I mean, because I think we started a little after 9. I think got going at, what, 9:15 my time. And it's about 10:15. You're going to beat this in an hour and a half. That's really good.
Yeah, if you're still have time.
We are finishing this hell of a game. Okay, actually, who do I go after? Gemini? Needle?
Needleman, yeah.
Okay. Right, you got this. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Gemini Man kills these hedgehogs. You know, actually, I'll give this to you. The hedgehog enemy for Needle Man, solid. Okay, so far so good.
Right. Yeah.
So far, I will give the enemies, the first set of enemies in this stage. I'm just going to start grading the levels.
Okay.
Because I'm so far behind, I'm not going to catch up. So. These weird ball things that you mentioned that you have to be like right next to make 0 sense. Needle, like, I don't understand what this has to do with needles.
Yeah, and what a strange design for like a thing, right? They're like, all right, we need a turret. All right, that makes sense. All right, and it's cannot be damaged except when it opens to shoot. You know.
Well, that actually makes it. Never mind. I'm gonna give him credit for that.
Yeah, but then it shoots like these. This is one of my least favorite bosses in the whole game, by the way. Like, it's just annoying.
Yeah, it can't be cool like Quickman.
Quickman's awesome.
Quickman is the worst.
But those turrets, they shoot like a giant like
ball,
but only like 2 feet away. Yeah, so not that anyone's watching, but only one of these Mega Mans is the real one that can take damage, and you don't know which one it's gonna be, and then they shoot you, and so it can just be random.
Hey, just sorry to go back in time because you commented on this, and I think that was my controller glitching out. You made it through all of those needles. You're telling me you made it through those needles without taking damage?
Yeah.
Impressive.
And that has to be done right the first time, because those needles will get out of sync, and then you just can't do it, as far as I know.
It is interesting that, like, you seem to have a grudge against almost taking damage, which is funny. This is almost explaining an origin story. So we actually, at the start of this stream was you and I reviewing a graduate project we worked on, or undergraduate project, the CS400 we worked on together. 314?
Yeah,
sure. I'm gonna have to believe it since we both. Well, we could just be thinking pi, but anyway. So we worked on a CS300 project together, which was to build a game. And, you know, it's interesting, we gave ourselves some credit, some decent level design, some decent code that wasn't horrible. The engine, the battle system was the worst, and it's terrible, but I think that was a constraint of what we were assigned. Like, I kind of blame that on I would actually blame it on the teachers. I think the way that assignment was constructed, there are better ways. Alright, and so Needleman is weak to Gemini, and I'm out of weapon.
Then you come in here like, oh my god, look at all these teleporters. What's in here? Like, oh my god, it's Needleman from Mega Man 3.
You have to fight them all again?
Then you have to fight every boss again. But they all drop a big health when they die.
Okay, that which is the same as 2 and 1, right?
Yeah, and so make sure you're not standing on the teleporter when you kill them, otherwise you will just teleport away without getting the health.
Although, interesting point to speedrunners. Speedrunners intentionally do that. They intentionally want to be on the teleporter as soon as they die to just teleport immediately.
Yeah, which makes sense if you're good enough to not need the health. But
yeah, some people can play this game without getting hit.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something? That I don't believe it, actually. That's impossible.
I actually kind of want to see. How do you? So interesting question. How do you tell which ones you've beaten?
They're not flashing anymore.
I'll have to look when you come back.
Yeah, here, I'll show you. So you can see the ones on the left aren't flashing.
You killed them with snakes.
And you can't go in them either.
A lame way to die. Someone kills you with a snake. What are you, Cleopatra?
One Cleopatra, man. One thing.
That needs to be Cleopatra, man. It's just got these snakes.
That's a great idea.
Right.
One thing.
You for running with that, even though you didn't want to. What didn't you want to run with earlier? I made a joke, and you're like, no.
You're talking about Team Rocket or something.
Oh yeah, Team Rocket was amazing.
It's something else to say.
Rocket's one off from Mega Man. I'm glad you're revisiting this and coming around to my way of thinking.
Oh yeah, one thing I wanted to say that's pretty cool about Snake Man is his weapon is like, it actually shoots little robots, right? It's not just like a normal projectile. And I'm using the wrong. Don't know who I'm fighting over here.
So I'll say this. Unlike, I think Snake Man's like weapon in general is kind of weak, but kind of lame-ish. But Snake Man is cool.
I always thought Snake Man was pretty cool too. Yeah, his weapon's
awesome.
not
Quick
amazing,
Man
but it is interesting.
Lame.
Quick Man is awesome. What are you talking about? So awesome.
No. Nope.
Yeah. Needleman is interesting because, like, all these guys are kind of mostly humanoid. But Needleman's got like his face like in the middle of his body. He doesn't have like a normal head. So like all these other guys could just be guys in suits. Needleman would be pretty uncomfortable as a guy in a suit.
They're all robots. I don't know if you know this about Mega Man. They're all robots. To your point, it makes it kind of interesting. It's like Dr. Light and Dr. Wily anthropomorphized all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, they are all robots. But are they? Is Mega Man a robot?
I mean, it's interesting because like he does have like normal hair and stuff, so it does almost look like Mega Man is a human. And then, of course, the box art.
Right, is all over the place. Not sure we can take any of that as canon. Anyway, so this is, like, I always like this Dr. Wily, like, skull fortress map. But why is he himself, like, just off in the sky? Like, why?
Why not? Where would you be?
I don't know, it makes it seem like the map doesn't really have anything to do with the fortress. It's just like an overlay. Like, I want to know where I am in the building, okay? Now I'm not like in the building, but I clearly am.
Yeah?
Yeah. Anyway,
the
here's
maps and
here's Dr. Wily.
This is why Mario is so superior to Mega Man. Does this use the same... You had mentioned this on Mega Man 2, the trick kind of was... for like giant sprites, they actually are part of the background.
It does, and since you mentioned that, I paused it to kind of show what I'm talking about. When you pause Mega Man, if you'll notice throughout the game, when you pause it, all the sprites disappear, but the background stays there. I've got it paused here, and most of this guy is still here. When I unpause, the moving parts come back. So those are the sprites. The rest of it is background.
Yeah, so that makes a lot of sense, which is cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, this is
Which
a
is
really
funny
cool
because
boss,
we're
actually.
talking about
I
this game is slow because of a lot of bad coding, but I mean that's like I guess built into the engine.
It is, and like I know it's like, okay, it's bad coding, you know, but like you said, they're on constraints that we're working with. It could be way harder than like any coding we've done, right? Like, this is like assembly, and there are ROM hacks out there to fix this game to slow down, but it makes the code like twice as big, like 700 versus 300k. Anyway, all right, I killed Dr. Wily. Oh no, he's got a spring for a neck. He's not. He's a robot himself. Because robots have springs for necks.
Well, not all robots, but you know, some.
Something. Okay, let me take out of this. So yeah, as much as I complain about like the difficulty of this game, I mean, just the parts that like you can't.
I think
do
if I
without taking
realized
damage.
you should shoot the things in the ocean, it would have been a lot easier.
But that said, like, I am at the end of the game with 10 lives and 8 E-tanks, so maybe it's not that hard. But it does have like some really frustrating parts. Okay, so this is Gamma, which I guess makes sense for him having that Gamma symbol on his forehead, which I never noticed before. Optimus Mega Man. And then for some reason he can interchange his head with this thing Dr. Wily's in. Again, most of this is background, as you can see. And doesn't move. And then this stupid fist comes out, which can kill you in one hit because it spikes, and as we know, spikes kill Mega Man. I was pretty proud of myself for figuring this out all by myself. That like every weapon will bounce off of this. He can't take damage from anything, but he's got this little hole in the top of his head where you can throw snakes in.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Throw snakes.
Just funny because like the whole time playing this game, I was like, man, I want to use Snake Man's weapon. What's Snake Man's weapon good against? Turns out, you need it. And moonwalk over here. All right, and so I got a lot to say about this ending, and it goes by.
Okay, and you got a little bit of time because I'm still playing. But this is awesome that you're that. Congrats, by the way. I'm
Thanks.
actually very proud and happy, and like I said, also happy because then I can be done with this hell of a game.
Where's Dr. Wily? Oh no, too late. Dr. Wily was crushed. I was crushed. All right, so we're in the epilogue. Clearly, that was Proto Man who came to save us. / Breakman. We're back at home. This part is hilarious. You've regained consciousness. I found you lying here when I arrived. Hopefully, you can hear the music. You hear Proto Man's music. I wonder who brought you here. And this is like ridiculous. This whistle. These guys can hear it too. It's not just for the player, which means Proto Man's off to the side whistling somewhere. Just like watching this. Now, robots made by Dr. Wright. That's a typo in the credits. These are the Mega Man 1 robots. Unlike Man.
He's Dr. Wright. He's right.
Fireman is the waste disposal robot. That makes
wait.
sense.
I thought
Bomb Man is ground disruption robot.
Was
whatever that
weak
means.
to Needle, or am I wrong?
Magnet Man is weak against Spark.
I didn't get Spark yet. Oh no. Is he weak to
Cut
something
Man
else?
is the timber felling robot, the guy with scissors. Roll, the housekeeping robot, because she's a woman, I guess. Mega Man is the assistant. All he is the assistant to Dr. Wright. And then Proto Man is new robot prototype, brother of Mega Man. Why does he get to be number 0? And then what is this all about? Like, why is he in the sky? Is he looking down on us from heaven? Like, he's not dead. Like, what's happening here? And then we have the staff, which are the robots.
Wait, hold up.
Why are they the staff?
I'm gonna call this good. I did the order wrong, so I shouldn't have done Needle Man next. I guess I should have done Smart or Magnet. Anyway.
Like,
Wait.
are these like the staff?
It says the people that worked on them underneath.
Are they the people playing the robot? Are they the people who made the robot? Is this like Top Man's real name? Like, what am I looking at here? Like, what's happening?
You win, so you've earned this, but no. Although, why is Snake Man number 22, right? So, wait, there.
Because it starts with Mega Man 1.
But Proto Man's 0. So, Proto Man was the.
Proto Man is 0 for some reason. Now, look at this mess. Everything's the same font size, same color. Tokimi's got a number in his name. Sound composes by Bun Bun. Some of the programmers are just initials. Have planners. Subplanning had Bamboo as subplanning. Then a whole bunch of special things as if it's like a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And are these people who wrote in, or are these people they know? Because then you get down here and like Miss Terumi, like they don't even know her first name. And some people only have one name. What am I looking at? I don't understand these credits. But this part, at the very end, when Mega Man comes flying in here on Rush, like, that's pretty cool. Even though he's not in his blue
Oh,
color.
weird. Did you see? That's interesting. You see my Mega Man screen? Like, if the other screen if another screen obfuscates it.
Oh, interesting.
Huh. So watch, that's, yeah. Alright. Done.
Anyway,
In 2 weeks, Mega Man 4.
in case we wanted to see these robots again, put them up here.
Aren't they from the first one?
No, this is the credits right here.
Yeah, but oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. These are ones from the first one.
Yeah, these are the ones from the first ones. And like this feels like a retcon, right? Like, cause they like, hey, these are cool robots, and they're like, no, these are all the good guys, right? Like,
no, they
ground disruption robot.
Dude.
That's
so. Still
Yeah.
bugs me that you're so much better at this game than me and you on the story. The story of the first Mega Man is that Dr. Light made them to be good, and Dr. Wily stole them and reprogrammed them to be evil.
yeah, I did know that, but
So
even
these
that
are
feels
good robots.
even that feels like they made the game and then they're like, hey, let's make up a story.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh yeah. Is that what it feels like? They made a game and said, let's make up a story
After making the game.
after making the game. I mean, they might have, because yeah, like at the end, like, I can't believe Proto Man saved you. He's your brother. You're like, were you going to tell me any of this?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, why is he a secret? What is he off, like, doing by himself? Why is he not hanging out with Dr. Light and Mega Man? Like, what's the deal? Why is he wearing sunglasses? Why does he get to be so cool and I have to be so lame? Like,
I don't know, man. It's a shame. All right, anything to end on?
no, that's pretty much all I got. Anyway, yeah, I do feel a little bit bad just because I had way more time to practice this than you did. But it was a fun game, and it was fun learning and playing it for the past few weeks. But it is frustrating. And maybe I lost Nerd Numbers.
Yo, so figured I'd at least end properly. My Windows box said, hey, it needs to install updates. Do you want to install them? I was like, yes. And it was like, I will start those instantly. So it restarted me right at the end of that. So
Gotcha, okay.
that was good timing, though, because I said, is that all? And you're like, yes.
then I hear this beeping. Like, what happened? Oh, he's gone.
All right, well, that's a good stream. That'll be nice up. Fun playing. And Mega Man 4 in 2 weeks.
Sounds good.
All right, have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
All right, yep. See ya.
Bye.